the past seasons, injuries have been dampening their seasons. And I don't know, just like you have said, I don't know, is it the training regime? Is it the how Arteta set up his teams? Or is it the unworried tackles that these players push themselves into? Because you find that that moment when they are trying to chase for something crucial, that's when these injuries started piling up. And just this season alone, I think Arsenal has had not less than 10 injuries so far. And what is saving them is the depth they have. Luckily enough, they have enough depth. So there's that possibility of Arteta rotating the players. But if they had been in the previous season they would be at the top of the table right now. It will be a totally different thing altogether. And we will have gone back to the same old Arsenal. So luckily enough, I think that depth is giving them the push so that whenever somebody gets injured, I think Arteta can at least rotate them. So for now, that's where they are lying.
Sedo, Roger has spoken very well about Arsenal. Now, the great Manchester United, and repeat the word, the great Manchester United, has scored 2 goals. What are the positives?
They're trying to reaffirm their greatness. Now, they have been great, and we do totally agree. Under Sir Alex Ferguson, they could actually walk through teams as if they were playing alone in that particular field.
Yes.
But that greatness has again faded away by time.
Yes.
They are trying to recultivate themselves and find the spaces that you guys used to call it great. I know a fan who has maybe ushered into support Manchester United for the past 10 years cannot necessarily associate it with the greatness that you people literally talk about. But for today, they have really played good soccer. We have seen the elements of players trying to move a ball around the purpose. I like how Amadi Diallo actually drives those balls to the closer to the box, and instead of taking them by himself, he knows that he's playing along other players, able players who can place the ball behind the net, and he likely passes them around. And also, I think now Amorim, he literally need to be understanding that he knows who is to start and who is to come in at a particular time. You can see his substitute has been really perfect. If you ask me, he knows when he's to substitute and when he's to bring in a player. Like he started Mason Mount, and that was a rightful call to me. Starting Mason Mount, actually, you see the aggressiveness that he brought into the team, and it's that through him that Manchester United equally went ahead, commanding the position by scoring a goal. We also see the likes of Benjamin Sesko. At least today he's happy and he's being celebrated for the goal that he has really put in and bringing back the Manchester United that everyone has known. Equally, to say, not necessarily, maybe they were not punching within their same capacity, but Sunderland has shown since the start of the season that is not the same Sunderland that people will talk of underdog.
Yes.
So if Manchester United can raise the occasion and bring the value and play the soccer that we have seen today, then baby steps are really working for this Manchester United. They are picking up day by day, and maybe before we realize, they would have reaffirmed the stage that they used to enjoy some yesteryears.
So I think, and you've really captured it very well. My only issue I have with that United side is that they seem to not press the pedal when they needed to really press that team, because Sunderland were very good. When they were 2 goals down, they changed their formation and brought a back five when Ballard came in as a centre-back, and Adingra had to move to be substituted, and Adingra had 100% pass accuracy, but he had to be sacrificed. And we said that if the coach does not explain to Adingra why he was substituting him to change formation, then it might really affect him in the coming games. So I don't know whether this Sunderland side, they are on 11 points. They are high above Man United, above Man City, above Chelsea, above Newcastle. Do you think they will sustain the run?
I probably think that they lost it on game management.
Yeah.
Because I necessarily tend to think that if Sunderland would have read it early enough, even before the start of the game, and know the formation and the style of Manchester United, and maybe started by the team that came in after Adingra, and the formation that came in after Adingra had been substituted, they would have given Manchester United a run for their money. Because you could, and again, agree with me, since that substitute was done, Manchester United literally found it hard to score. They actually had gone dry for the entire match without scoring. That tells you that formation worked for Sunderland. It's only that maybe because they were on top of Manchester United, they also at some point underrated Manchester United. They thought that Manchester United, the same Manchester that they have been seeing other teams actually riding on it. And so coming in, they thought that even playing some aggressive and progressive players, the likes of Adingra, will work for them. Little did they know that Amorim had another formula that was really working for him today, and the style of Amorim would actually overpower them. So before they realized, the damage had already been done by Manchester United. So coming back was a tussle order, because I realized when Adingra actually was substituted, the formation changed and they went to a back five, and that back five has been a thorn in Manchester United flesh, because Manchester United has been finding it hard. The likes of Mbeumo, whom and we know that he can actually walk through 1, 2, 3 players. It becomes so difficult for him to penetrate and even get himself into the danger area. The likes of Acuna, when they came in, we haven't actually seen Acuna actually the magnitude that he normally come in and torment defenses. So it tells Sunderland came into the game very late, and it has not really worked on very well for them.
So in this Premier League season, Rogi, the only unbeaten teams are Crystal Palace and Bournemouth. And today is the first time Sunderland is tasting their second defeat. Their second defeat. It seems that the league is a marathon. No team can say that they have really run out with it.
Yeah, actually, it's only Crystal Palace who remain unbeaten in the league, and I'm happy at least today.
And Bournemouth,
yeah. I'm happy at least for Crystal Palace. Yeah, they are using that 3-4-3 formation, and that's exactly what is being deployed at Manchester United. And today, for Ruben Amorim, the formation has temporarily saved his job. Yeah, and luckily for him, they are going for the international break 2 weeks. After that, they'll come back, but they'll have already known exactly if this formation is working for him or not. And as you have said, indeed, the league remains a marathon. Collect your points as you move. Collect them as you move, because if you drop them, they'll come to haunt you at a certain point. And there's no small teams in the Premier League. You can underrate your opponent, and that's the same opponent that can deny you either a title or a top 4 ticket. So it's better you get the points, play your hearts out, and then judge yourself at the end of the season.
So when you're saying at the end of the season, we judge yourself, the upcoming match, and I think, gentlemen, let's dive quickly into it. It's actually Chelsea versus Liverpool. What do you think this match, where will it be won? Who has the upper hand? Will Chelsea redeem themselves, Rogi or Zedo?
Before even you go to the Liverpool and Chelsea match, I don't know why you haven't spoken about the mighty Arsenal. Honestly, why are you trying just to wrap it up without giving flowers to Arsenal for going top of the table?
It has all of a sudden become mighty.
For the first time ever this season, they have gone top of the table.
Yeah, with the quality, they deserve to be there.
Albeit temporarily, because if Liverpool win at Stamford Bridge, they'll go back at the top. But as you have said, they deserve it. Honestly.
They do.
Deserve it.
So let's give the Goon Squad a round of applause.
Yeah, absolutely, they deserve. Yes,
the Goon Squad.
Yeah, they deserve. Yes. Well, now we are diving now to the Chelsea-Liverpool game.
Yes.
Crucial match it is, and it is going to determine if indeed their London rivals are going to do Arsenal a favour, so that they can go into the international break remaining at the top of the table. Yeah. Remember, Liverpool are really wounded. They can't afford to lose 2 matches in a row. So it's time for them to bounce back, and this match is going to determine indeed their title credentials, because you only show you are worth against the strongest teams in the league, and Chelsea are going to bring that A-level game to against Liverpool. So we are posing ourselves to a very interesting game. And like we have seen previously, Liverpool are so lethal up front. And if those chances come up, they'll definitely score. But also at the back, they are very porous. And looking at the absence of talismanic Alisson, who is out injured, I know it poses a lot of threat for the Reds, because that's a person who commands that defense strongly, try to plan and instruct his defensive line as well as other players on the pitch. So it's going to give us a true reflection if indeed this Liverpool team can go and win without some of their best players. That is in the name of Alisson.
I think you've said it very well. Liverpool is the team to beat this season. They spent a whooping 400 million on players, and they replaced super players with a lot of big players. It seems that there are a bit of some players still trying to find their feet and find their style. And Florian Wirtz looks really, really one of a concern. But also their striker, they bought from Newcastle United, of course, the magnificent. Who?
Isak.
And Ekitike. Two twin strikers. And remember, they have Cody Gakpo up front and Salah. My friend, Liverpool is deep and is very, very good in signing. If they miss to win this league, what can you tell Anslot?
Their depth is not necessarily questionable in this particular essence. It is a depth that has been tested elsewhere. Not necessarily elsewhere, but within Premier League and given results. It's a depth had also been challenging some of the European top teams. Remember, this is a team that does not necessarily fear anyone. People might talk of them flip-flopping because they want to see teams that are winning free-flowing soccer, the likes of what Arsenal is doing. But I tell you, and I keep on reminding people, that a game of soccer will equally be remembered by goals and wins. No one will remember the style of play the impact of your style of play brought into that particular match. So as to say, Liverpool is quite focused, and that's how we still remember the likes of Chelsea under Jose Mourinho. Everyone would actually agree that they were not really flamboyant, that people would talk about these are quality, flamboyant kind of soccer, beautiful, sexy soccer, what have you. But they ended up winning trophy after trophy. And until to date, we still remember that particular team under Mourinho for the trophy that they won. What Liverpool is doing currently is quite focused on grinding points. It's quite focused on winning matches. And you go deep into the EPL, regardless of how they win those particular matches, the story for the other day. You have just mentioned about the quality that they have brought in. That's another option that they have. You brought in Isak. What he knows about in that particular pitch is to score goals. If Isak is not playing and you play Ekitike, the only equation that they know how to answer is to put goals behind the net. If Cody Gakpo comes in equally, it's the same story. So as to say Salah, then who is on this planet of us thinks that Liverpool does not have qualities too? If you have players that thinks about scoring goals, you have a team that is really winning. Because if they fail all those players that I mentioned, the fourth them, they can go for 2-3 matches without scoring. So Anslot has got anything whatsoever to really castigate or maybe bring excuses about. He has a team that is equally capable of winning. And if Arsenal is not quite serious, if Arsenal sleeps, I still bet that Liverpool can still run away with this particular league. Going by how they are playing and how they are grinding points.
But also depends if Ekitike and Isak can adapt and play together, because they are all the same. But away from Liverpool, because we know that they have the depth, the quality. My concern is about Chelsea. Chelsea has spent nearly £1 billion shillings, and it's a constant project. A constant project in that every year Chelsea are buying players. So actually it is short of 2 billion by now. They've spent 2 billion shillings, and in this project, and they're not challenging the title. Do you think is money well spent? Do you think Chelsea are in the business of just selling and buying players?
You know, you throw such a kind of question to me.
Yes.
I will tell you that Chelsea project is not a project that is workable in a short-term presences. It's a project that actually should be earmarked for a long period of time. Simply because if you go by the type of player that Chelsea has been dropping in, 17 years old, like Estavao, 18 years old, 21 years old, those are not quite necessarily players that to come in. They were so lucky actually to win Club World Cup. And I normally tell people, not every team went to that particular tournament with a lot of serious that is required. If team were to be investing, they were to invest heavily in that tournament like UEFA does, I don't necessarily think if Chelsea will have won it. Simply because when now the matter becomes serious, you started now seeing actually the chaff being separated from wheat. Just immediately after Club World Cup, we come and started our leagues. See how Chelsea is performing in the league. Go to the UEFA, now where the Continental, and even the team that Chelsea actually would walk through during the Club World Cup. What is happening to them? It tells you now when the matter becomes serious is when now you start seeing the team. I know they have qualities also among the young, but those are not necessarily the qualities to bank on within the short period of time. It's not a short-term process. Look, this player that they have brought in the likes of Estevao, they are very so young actually to be given that load to carry on to their shoulders. You embed and embark them with those kind of children. You are just like killing their careers before even it start flying. They need to be ushered in style. Let them actually crawl, stand before even they start running. But if you want them to start running at that particular tender age, I tell you, I know with what the history they have had, the past history they have had, they are really yearning for bigger trophy. And that is either UEFA or EPL. But it is too early. Too early to think about it.
So you said it's too early to think about it. Troji, let's do predictions because we want to watch this Liverpool versus Chelsea.
So you want me to say which team will win?
Yes.
Based on the lineup I've seen, my prayers are with Chelsea. That's my prayer.
Don't you think you are being very sarcastic because you want us not to remain at the top of
diplomatic?
The table?
Absolutely. That's why I'm saying my prayers are with Chelsea.
But he's not mapped on the lineup. Just be fair. What CEO is trying to put as to challenge your mind is that come out and tell us rightfully that you will be so happy if Chelsea wins in favor of your team Arsenal.
Absolutely. But looking at the lineups also, I think starting with Chelsea.
You are struggling to justify your Chelsea winning against Liverpool.
You know, I'm just being here honest now. Look at the goalkeeper. Chelsea goalkeeper Sanchez has always been error-prone. Yeah. So that's a big concern. You never know if he'll turn up against Liverpool tonight. And on the other side, I've already seen Shabashlai has been deployed in his natural position now. He's in the midfield alongside Salah, Gapo, and then Isak will be there as the striker. So that tells you that they need to be very cautious. And then you see the defense already. They don't have the likes of Chalobah. Yeah, that defense is all a makeshift. Because also looking at the injury list, Chelsea has I think 9 players who are out injured, including their talisman, that is Palmer. So we don't know where the goals will come from. But Joao Pedro is there, of course, going to cause trouble to the Liverpool side. But that said and done, I'll keep on my prayers with Chelsea.
All right.
These Londoners. you want the game to remain in London?
Absolutely.
Really? Why were you not supporting West Ham? It's also a London team.
But they have been always a thorn in our
So when West Ham plays Liverpool, you would have supported West Ham. But when it plays Arsenal, you couldn't support West Ham too.
Remember, London we have I think 6 derbies.
Actually, there's 6
derbies. And even after the international break on 18th, Arsenal will be playing Fulham. That's another derby. So the beauty is Arsenal is trying to finish those derbies, the one that always cause them troubles. Early. Once they're done with them, trust me not, this season the title race will be more captivating.
It's too early to call.
All right. What's your prediction, Sedu?
And the average scores and goals and how you manage your goals. I know your team knows how to manage goals. That's why actually is rated as the most defensive team in the EPL currently.
Which team?
Arsenal. Actually, it has soaked in few goals.
Are you proud of them?
I love the quality because they have actually roped in from one of the best leagues in the world. they have gone back to home where Teta comes from and dropped in some quality good players, Michele Merino. And I don't know why you don't celebrate them, because that's the league. That's the league that has been tormenting the Europe.
We do.
And they have now come to win trophies with you. You fail to win with them, you blame yourself, because they know how to win trophies.
What about Atletico Madrid when they decide to destroy the
I'm just telling you what has been happening.
Sarcastic.
So give us your prediction, man. And we want before we wind up.
It's a tough call that the Liverpool are playing away from home.
Yeah.
But I still have some feeling that Liverpool will still win. They have a way of grinding results.
And it will be low scoring game, because the two teams, whenever they meet, no matter how difficult they are, it is always minimal goals, 1-0 or 1-1, something like that.
I think you guys have captured it very well. So the match upcoming, of course, it's Chelsea at the Stamford Bridge against Liverpool. And let me first of all give shout out, and Reggie will give us shout out from the people from the other end. I can tell you many people who are watching us and who are with us. Robert Nero, you are saying, I'm watching live from Buruburu, as karibu sana Robert Nero. Then Florence Nyakesa, you are saying, I'm following. And then Patrick Mwangi, you are saying, Niko ndani. And then there's another guy from Nanyuki also saying, another Mwangi from Nanyuki saying, I'm watching and I love the show. And of course, there's Tiberius Mugendi, J.R. Henry, then there's Patrick and Frederick Ogembo, Elvin Rutiken, Dixon Nobi, Dickens Omolo, Julius Gikonyo, Moses Ngoma, Engas Shamba. And looking down to the next long list of people is Ben Chesinen, Kip Kurui Mutai, Philemon Kasiba, Johanna, Michael Wangenye, Rachel Blessed, Adam Omanyo, Prezo Mutahi, Keith Azil Wanyonyi, Duncan Nyandoro. Asanteni sana. Do you have anyone on your end there, Ruji, who are watching and listening?
Yes, on TikTok I can see the likes of Lina, there's Mukusa, there's IU, all of them are watching, saying the show is superb. Guys, keep on doing the good work. And also we have Menta Robink and then Oluchiri. All of them are saying, guys, you're doing a good stuff, and I'll keep on following you. And those are some of the people who have been following the show, and I think we continue, keep the fire burning.
Yeah. Gentlemen, it has been a pleasure having you in this afternoon. In this studio, of course, is a pitch side with the three musketeers and our super DJ. Are you not musketeers, gentlemen? Are we not?
We are. He's the official chairman,
mascot.
the official chairman of the mascots. Cedric Musumba himself.
I have no